Alright, today we're going to be changing spark plugs on a 2015 Chevy Equinox. This vehicle is equipped with a 2.4 liter Ecotec engine. Of course, the spark plugs we're going to be using today is AC Delcos. These are OEM. This is actually what comes in the vehicle. They are radium plugs. They're rated to go 100,000 miles, 100,000 miles, but people usually go over. Like this vehicle, this is about 140,000 mile on the odometer. So we're going to go ahead and change them out. And the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is we got to go ahead and access the plugs, and they're underneath all of this. So we got to go ahead and first remove the air cleaner. You can go ahead and start off by removing your screw clamp that's over here on the far left side. That'll detach this from here, from your mass airflow sensor. This little connector that's on the box actually pulls apart like so, just snaps in there. Once you get this one and this one out, there's a little tricky one, and that one is right down here. So once you have him loose, he should slide upwards like so. Let's get to this one right here. He's loose and ready to pop out. And then the back, of course, is just held in by grommets. So after that, you can go ahead and remove it and set your air cleaner off to the side. Now the next step is to go ahead and remove this, and as you can tell, like I was saying, these little deals right here, little grommets kind of pop over, and that's what holds the air cleaner box assembly in place. Same goes with this. Got to remove your oil cap, and that'll free this up, and it just pulls straight up. And then go ahead and set that off to the side. And there are your coils. You have 4 coils, and your spark plugs are underneath there. To remove these, you got these little safety clips. They need to be pushed back. So once they're pushed back all the way like that, if you notice the difference, see how that one's now pushed back, this one's not. This is going to allow me to go ahead and squeeze the deal and pull the connector. This one, it won't, and you push that little safety clip back. You just go little by little until it's all the way back, then go ahead and squeeze it, and it'll pop off like so. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these two. Then I'm going to get the 10mm socket and get it ready, and we're going to go ahead and pull each of these bolts out, and that'll allow us to pull these coils. We'll be able to pull them straight up. With the remaining 2 coils, harnesses now removed, we can go ahead and start removing these 10mm bolts. Of course, you can go ahead and use a ratchet, but if you got a cordless tool lying around, it makes the job a whole lot easier. Alright, once you get that done, go ahead and remove these bolts out of the way. And then you can go ahead and grab the coils and pull them straight up. Usually I just go ahead and I keep them in order, whatever hole it came out of. Just in case if you had a misfire, and say for example you wanted to go ahead and just change the plugs, you can go ahead and first eliminate the spark plug issue. And if the problem still exists, if you got a misfire and you're just trying to determine if you got a bad spark plug or coil, you can then go ahead and jump to your coil and swap them around to see if you can get a misfire in another cylinder. But we're just changing spark plugs today. So now that the coils are out of the way, I just went ahead and placed them on top. Go ahead and remove the spark plugs. It's a 5/8 socket. see how hard that was? When we go ahead and pop the new plugs in place, so it's not grinding, I usually go ahead and put some anti-seize on the spark plugs, on the new ones. And that'll prevent this from happening. Now that I broke them all loose, we'll jump back on this tool. Makes it easy and quick. And now I just go ahead and use a magnet and grab the spark plug. Of course, this is still a factory plug. It's not bad for 140,000 miles. And that's an AC Delco Iridium plug. Let's go ahead and pop the rest of them out. All right, now that I have those 4 pulled, we're gonna go ahead and put some of this anti-seize on the threads of those spark plugs, and then we're gonna go ahead and pop them in. All right, while we're in the process, go ahead and pop the spark plugs in place. Before placing them in the holes, you have to ensure that they are gapped to manufacturer spec. So because these are AC Delcos, they're asking them to be, see if I can zoom in, 0.035. There it is. 0.035. It's in between the 30 and the 40. 0.040 and 0.030. So once you have it there, then you're good, ready to drop them into the cylinder and bolt them down. All right, now with the spark plugs in their holes, now these are AC Delcos again, and the gap is 0.035. If they were Denzos, that'd be 0.040, but these are AC Delcos. So I'm then going to go ahead and use a coilless drill and just get them down to the head. Real slow. See how I click, 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 click. Not very much torque, but once we do have them all down and barely snugged against the head, I'm gonna go ahead and torque these 15 foot-pounds. That's 15 foot-pounds per spark plug. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my torque wrench. I'm gonna torque these bad boys down. Then we're gonna go ahead and set the coils back in place. Spark plugs torqued down 15 foot-pounds. It's now time to go ahead and place the coil packs back in their slots. But what I usually do is I always go ahead and dab some dielectric grease in all of the deals, and that pretty much seals, lubricates, protects, and insulates the spark plugs, so the current wise. But now that that's done, just go ahead and start dropping the coils back the way you pulled them out. And try not to drop anything in the holes, like see how there's trash up here. Very slowly, one at a time. This is on a country vehicle. Alright, so once they're back in place, go ahead and start grabbing the bolts that you pulled out of the coils. And these, I usually just snug these bolts down. I don't kill them. still have to be firmly tight though. So once you have those done, start snapping in your electrical connectors until you hear a click. Then you grab this little deal and slide it inwards, and that locks your deal back in place. All right, and you always want to double check your work, making sure they're tight, clipped back together like so. Then you can go ahead and grab the beauty cover. It's not so much beauty, it's kind of ugly, but and you should hear them click like that. So that's how you know they're back in place. Grab your oil cap. Now it's time for the air breather. The back ones are the ones that's kind of a pain, but click, click, and then pop that back in place. All right, so I went ahead and retightened this clamp down, popped the two grommets in the back in place, reinstall the clamp down here on the throttle body. Got to pop this vacuum line back in there until it clicks, like so. And that pretty much completes removal and replacing the spark plugs on this 2015 Chevy Equinox equipped with a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine. If you guys liked my video, please hit the like button. If you'd like to follow me, please hit the subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.